So I booked my car in to get a valet, and the valet store location is actually inside a car park. So it was all fine. I asked for a quote over the phone. I drove in, dropped it off, and then picked my car up a couple of hours later. I asked them for the total bill. I kind of paid it and then drove out. The car park had no, it had barriers, but it had no tickets for, payment. I thought it was all fine. So a couple of days later, I got a letter.
Sorry. The car park had barriers, but no tickets for payments. How do you get in and out then?
So it just records your number plate.
Oh, I see. Automatic number plate recognition.
Exactly, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I didn't, and I just assumed, because I'd used these before, I hadn't used this particular company before, but having had valet in car parks before, the price of the car parking's always been included. But I got a couple of days later, I got a letter from the actual car park with a fine saying that I hadn't paid for parking for that day. So I rang the company back up, and I just assumed that it was a mistake, that they'd forgotten to include me on whatever list they provide to the car park to say these are their cars that day. But they said no, actually, that I was supposed to pay for the parking when I took the car out. Now, nothing on their website says anything around kind of paying for the car parking and stuff. And I know it's an assumption, and I know assumptions make arses out of all of us, but it was, and I never asked specifically if it was included, but I just assumed, because nowhere on their website does it say that you have to pay for the parking on exit as well, or even on the website for the car park.
How long were you there? About 2 hours?
3 hours.
3 hours. And what did you do in those 3 hours?
I was working, so I just dropped the car off, went to a cafe.
So sat in the coffee shop. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
If you'd sat in a coffee shop without getting your car valeted, would you have expected to pay for the car parking?
I knew you were going to say this. I would have walked into town. I wouldn't have parked.
Oh, come on, Ian! Don't dodge the question.
I would have. Yes, if I parked in there, I would have parked. Yeah, I would have paid for the parking if I was going there to park.
And so essentially you're put out, and I totally get why you're put out, because you didn't get free parking organised by the valeting company.
Well, no, actually, I would have, if they had said, Ian, you got to pay for the parking as well, I would have paid for the parking. That wouldn't have been a problem. It was just that it was never on, and I appreciate this is an assumption on my behalf, but it doesn't say on their website. Even the chap that I picked up the car from, he didn't say, just make sure, don't forget to pay, particularly when you don't get a ticket. Did he tell you not to trap your hand in the door when you close the car door? No, he didn't. But I'm well practiced at that too. So, no, understood. Yeah.
I think you get the point I'm making. I think you're going to be done here, I'm afraid, Ian. I think they're right. It's worth bunging in an appeal to Poplar or whichever parking appeal body the car park company uses and explaining the situation. But I don't think an appeal is going to get very far, Ian, I'm afraid.
I'm telling you, because I'm still within the period, so they say if I pay now, I can pay like the reduced rate. Do you think just pay the reduced rate or go?
I'd pay it, definitely. How much did the valeting cost?
130.
Wow, what car do you drive?
A BMW.
Okay, because I've never had my car valeted. I'll just do an in and out clean. I pay about 20 quid for it.
I have a dog, and there was vomit in the back, so this was definitely required. So the carpet had to be shampooed from the dog. Yeah.
Little bit too much detail there, Ian, but thank you for the call.